We continue to watch the impact of the choices you made in Tuesday's primary elections, starting with a resounding voice from Kansas voters when it comes to reproductive rights, a move getting international attention. This wasn't even close. Voters overwhelmingly struck down Amendment 2, now keeping the legal precedent in place that abortion is constitutionally protected in Kansas. Several abortion restrictions are already enforced in the Sunflower State, but now lawmakers won't be able to institute an outright ban like Missouri has. We saw plenty of cheering and hugging at a watch party for the Vote No campaign as the results came in Tuesday night. People we spoke with say they are relieved Kansans came out to protect reproductive rights.
I'm still in disbelief. Like, I can't believe that we won, and we won by that margin. And I think it just shows that Kansans believe in the, freedom and the right to make these decisions without governmental interference.
I am overwhelmed. I mean, Kansas has free state roots, and tonight we demonstrated that those free state roots are still alive and well.
Kansans for Life, one of the organizations leading the campaign to support the amendment, released a statement blaming the failure of the measure on misinformation. Their statement came a day after voters were sent misinformation telling people to vote yes, falsely claiming that supporting the amendment would give women a choice. The Washington Post reports the texts were linked to the political action committee called Do Right PAC, led by former Kansas Republican Congressman Tim Holzkamp. The text service disabled the user's account for violating the company's terms of service and acceptable use policy. Rhetoric aside, you cannot ignore the historic voter turnout we saw Tuesday, which widely exceeded expectations across the state of Kansas. In Johnson County, for example, 53% of voters cast their ballots, nearly twice what we saw during the primaries of 2018 and nearly as many voters as we saw in the 2020 presidential election. Today on Heart of the Matter, KMBC 9 political reporter Michael Mahoney is here for context and analysis of the results in many races of note, but we start in Kansas with this huge blowout win for abortion rights, and polls close to primary day showed this much closer than it ended up.
Yeah, I don't think anybody expected a 60-40 landslide on this, and it is really clear that the ground underneath this campaign to pass this opportunity to strike the abortion language out of the state constitution. This ground changed in late June when the United States Supreme Court handed down its ruling that overturned Roe versus Wade. To that point, the polls, as you said, Cody, indicated the value them both amendment had a lead, small one, but a lead nonetheless. But after the strike down of Roe versus Wade, it galvanized independent voters and some Democrats in Kansas that were not likely to vote in a primary, especially since there weren't many Democratic contested primary races. Those folks were galvanized to come out and vote solely for solely on the question of value them both, and it changed the dynamics of that campaign and led to this landslide victory. And it may also affect the dynamics in the 3rd congressional race this fall between Sharice Davids and Amanda Atkins. Atkins is pro-life. Davids is for abortion rights. Same dynamic is going to be in play now with the Kansas governor's race between Laura Kelly and Derek Schmidt. This is going to have some ramifications not only in Kansas but probably across the country in terms of it's the first good news that the American left has had in probably a year and a half. And even though they've still got serious economic headwinds with inflation and the economy, this is a bright spot for Democrats, and they may try to use it, see how they can take advantage of it in November.
Yeah, we've seen reporting, and we've had Sherman Smith of Kansas Reflector on here a few weeks ago, talking about Republicans apparently ready to go with an abortion ban bill had the amendment passed. The group backing the amendment made a point of saying, "We will be back." That's a quote. In what form do you think we'll see a push for more restrictions and even potentially a ban further down the road?
Well, there's going to be a Republican supermajority in the Kansas legislature again this year, and they will probably try to push for some other changes or ways around the constitutional interpretation on a woman's right to handle her reproductive health care, and they'll be running some bills to regulate and probably try to restrict abortion in Kansas as well. The obstacle remains, however, is the Kansas State Supreme Court ruling, which says that a woman has a right to autonomy over her health care and her body.
Right. I mean, this is huge for voters who consider themselves more socially liberal. I think that's an understatement.
Well, you know, not even that, because I don't think it's socially liberal as much as, Cody, I don't think many Kansans favor abortion on demand. But they also don't favor a ban on abortions. And I think a lot of voters, independents and moderate Republicans, thought this amendment was a bridge too far.
Right. And it's, as we've said, abortion is very limited in Kansas right now. There are plenty of restrictions on the books. Can Democrats, you touched on this a second ago, turn this around, get some momentum heading toward November?
$64,000 question. It really is. The Sharice Davids campaign will try to do that. The Laura Kelly campaign will try to do that, and I imagine it's going to be emulated in some other races across the country. They're trying to galvanize this and make it a buffer against the bad economic news that Democrats are confronting in November.
Voters in one state making an impact that we could see across the country. Kansas is center stage right now.